Hey guys, welcome to another solo sortie. Today's sortie is survival and the condition is augmented enemy armor. So for today's sortie we're going to be using chroma. This is a pretty standard chroma build. You can make it a little better by having less range and more duration. But I use this in squads too, so it's not 100% maximized for that. But yeah, you basically just want to take out something like auger message for narrow-minded, or just any of these for narrow-minded. Yeah, probably auger message for narrow-minded if you wanted to fully maximize the build. But anyways, I'm also going to be using the HEMA. This weapon is super underrated. It's really great for shredding armor, and since its armor is the condition or whatever, augmented armor is the condition, I want to showcase how good this weapon is for stripping armor and keeping you alive through it. I'm going to be using this Riven, which is pretty good because of the damage and projectile flight speed means I'll hit more headshots. But if you don't have that and you put in Vigilante armor, or what's it called? I think Vigilante. Yeah, Vigilante armaments instead. It's going to perform about the exact same, maybe a slightly less well, but it's going to pretty much be the same. I also got the pox here because they're great for stripping armor. You can get a bunch of corrosive procs off really quick, and then also you can get CC with the heat damage. So I might be swapping back and forth between those, seeing which one works better. But I'll probably just stick on the HEMA the whole time. We'll see. And then I'm using the Atarax. This is for if I really get into sticky situations. Slash procs ignore armor, and since Atarax is mostly slash, this will be able to get through their armor and still do a lot of damage, but I'll have to get the combo counter going since I don't have Maiming Strike. I have a Riven that which almost gives me Maiming Strike. See, Slide has a 45% chance to be critical hit. Maiming Strike is 90% chance. You don't need Maiming Strike or this Riven. You can just use Blood Rush to get your crit up there. So yeah, if you don't have this Riven, you'd put on probably like an Elemental mod if you want, or like Heat for CC if you want to have CC, or you could just put on something like the normal crit mod. What is that called? True Steel. So you can put on True Steel also. I don't know what you can look up Atarax builds. There's a lot of them. A lot of them use Maiming Strike, but you don't really need it. If you don't have Maiming Strike, you just gotta wait for your combo counter to get up for Blood Rush to take into effect. But yeah, anyway, so let's get on into it. So yeah, the biggest flaw with Chroma is that since you want so much power strength, you're usually sacrificing quite a bit of efficiency for that. So we only have 85% efficiency. So to get both of our abilities off, we need to be continuously gaining energy. So we want to use this generic energizing dash as much as possible to get our energy going. Because as you can see, the full combo is going to cost us 58 plus 86, so that's 144 energy. So to do our full combo, which is our 2 and our 3, we need 144 energy. But the main one I think we're going to need for this is our 2, because that'll make us tankier. Our 3 will make us slightly tankier, not as tanky as our 2 will, and it'll also make us do like 8 times more damage, so it's really nice to have both. Maybe not 8 times, maybe like 7-ish times with this. I'm not sure exactly how much it's going to be. But, yeah. The HEMA shreds those little guys, keeps our health topped off. A lot of this is Chroma's damage too. Yeah, you also want to make sure you keep your 3 up and don't let it go down, because every time your 3 goes down, you have to get your buffs back up again, but if you use your 3 before it expires, you keep the buffs going. So we're just having no problem just shredding through these enemies as they come at us. So I'm going to use my 3 now, just so I don't forget. You can't use your 2 early, so you have to wait for it to go off before you can use it again. But yeah, the main things we have to watch out for are bombards and napalms, and reloading is the other thing that can kill us. We just want to kind of jump around while we're reloading. But yeah, we're just shredding through these enemies. Since we're Chroma, like, we really don't need the Riven to be doing this much damage. Might have some status chance on, so you're maybe going to want to put on the 60-60, so 60% elemental mods, 60% status mods, instead of having the 90% elemental mods, just for a little more status chance, because my Riven does have status on it. So you'll do a little less damage because of that too, but like I said, with Chroma, it's really not going to be a big deal. Okay, so we got our weapon stolen, so let's see how the Pox does in damage. Should be stripping their armor. Yeah, it's doing a pretty good job of killing them. It's not what we really want though. We want the Hema because we want to be able to keep our health up with the headshots. And so the best thing to do is try to get them so they're all running like at you, so that you can just keep hitting them in the head. So like right now they're all running from the same area, so it's really easy to just keep this on their heads. And in survival, you really want to keep your kill count up, especially in solo, because there's a lot less enemies, so they're going to be dropping a lot less life support than when you're in a squad. And I don't believe the game is actually balanced to take that in consideration, sadly. Oh, fuck. So we let our Vex armor go down, which is pretty unfortunate because that's most of our damage. So we got to back up. I got to keep remembering to use Void Dash periodically. It lasts for, I think, 30 seconds. Yeah, so every 30 seconds I should be reusing Void Dash. And then we can just dash away from those guys, slide away. You can slide while you're reloading, and you can bullet jump while you're reloading. You just can't roll while you're reloading. So sliding around is a nice way to... Oops, wrong ability. Need my elemental ward. There we go. Okay, my Void Dash wore off, so we gotta use that again. These rollers are a huge pain. My least favorite enemy in this game. Definitely not the strongest, but definitely my least favorite. Just gonna get away from it. Yeah, the napalm's a little bit tankier. So I should probably be getting over towards those health pots. Gonna dodge that bombard bullet. It was actually pretty easy to dodge once you know what you're looking for. So I'll go grab a life support. And if you're doing it, we only have to do a 10-minute run here, or 20-minute run, however long it is. But if you're doing an extended run, like trying to survive as long as possible, those life supports, they will eventually expire. There is a cap on how many you can have. So, you know, if you don't use it, you lose it. But yeah, if you're really trying to do an extended run, you're probably not going to be using chroma. There's some other people that are better for extended runs, like Necros is the best for it because he can make them drop double life support, so you can last the longest. He can also become extremely tanky. People like Octavia are really good because she does a ton of damage and she goes invisible, so you don't have to worry about dying on the high level enemies. Well, you can still die when you're invisible, but it's a lot less likely. Yeah, and if as long as you stay away from nullifiers, you're pretty immune as invisible if you just stay in the same spot. Oh, see, there's a rocket, so you can just run into the wall and let it, or like run away and let it run into the wall. Okay, I gotta get this thing. There we go. So I'm gonna use another life support. I'm just doing that because I noticed she said there's another one available. So if I do it every time she says that, then you'll see that it's like fairly sustainable. The only thing that sucks about getting life support is you lose track of all the enemies, so your kills per second goes way down, so you lose some life support getting it, but you definitely get more than you lose. So yeah, and the nice thing about the Hemo with fire damage on it is it CCs all these enemies you're fighting, so if it's like someone like a bombard that takes a few more shots, then you can CC them and they won't shoot you while you're doing that. I don't have fire damage on because I have my Riven, but you could put on fire damage instead. I just want most corrosive procs because it is enemy augmented armor for this one. Oh, I let my Vex armor go down. I was wondering why they got so tanky. So I'm going to go get this. Chill for a second until I get enough energy for Vex armor. Okay, I gotta back up. Alright, let's go back to fighting. Oh, energy leaks Eximus, that's probably why. Those are like my worst enemies, those and parasitic Eximus. Ah, dang. Went down. But yeah, you can see how quickly the Pox just killed that, you know, level 100 bombard with augmented armor. So it is our higher damage weapon, but I like being able to stay alive. So that's why I've been using the Hemo most of the time. If you had a dash, you could put on what's it called? It gives you weapon swap speed, or you can use streamlined form that gives you weapon swap speed too. You could be switching back and forth for damage. And the Pox like stays around for a bit, so you could throw out a couple Pox and switch back to Hemo to heal back up, something like this. So you'd like throw out some Pox and then switch back to Hema and heal back up. And you can kind of make zones that when they go through, they lose their armor. Oh, but I've been talking too much. I need to go get another life support. keep my energy going. Yeah, Arcane Energize is really nice for this. Just anything that you can do to get energy back is really nice, because Chroma is so mana hungry. The other thing you can do is you can just take out Blind Rage and have good efficiency and have a little bit less damage, and it's not really the end of the world. Oops. And then also not using your abilities unnecessarily will help too. I'm gonna use another one of these since these guys aren't coming to me quick enough. Need the enemies to hurry up and get here. There we go. Oh, and it's bad to use your abilities while you're reloading. Vex Armor you can cast while you're doing stuff, but Elemental Ward you can't. So it interrupted my reload and wasted some time. And for the knocks, you have to hit them in the head if you want to reduce their damage, or if you want to reduce their damage reduction. So that's kind of redundant, but they have a lot of damage reduction until their mask is broken. And if you'll notice that Hema doesn't have a max ammo, that's because it uses your blood or your health to generate its ammo. So, oh my god, these things are the bane of my existence. There we go. Oops, I messed up there. I should have used Vex Armor to keep it going, but that's alright. But it does steal a little bit of health from you when it reloads, and that health that it steals is based on your max health. And then also, when you hit headshots, it gives health back, and that's also based on your max health. It's obviously not as much as from when you reload, but yeah, as you can see, when I cast Vex Armor there, it did not interrupt my reload. So yeah, so now that these enemies are all together and confined, getting energy back a lot faster. I'm close to dying though, so I probably should chill for a second. Try to get behind some cover and stuff. Okay, I need to get another life support. Oh, they're far away. Yeah, it's hard to, oh shit. And then I also get confused by this part of the map. So the other thing you can do if you're worried about dying is get these ancient healers. I'm not going to use one because I want to show that I can do it without, but they're the best, Spectre that you can get because they give you healing. So yeah, we have plenty of life support here to make it to the end. We just need the enemies to come over to us. I don't know where they are. I can't remember where I came in from. Here we go. But see how I'm switching between people? If you have fire damage on there, you can just switch between people like that and provide a lot of CC, and it makes you way tankier. Because the fire proc, it only happens once that they get staggered, but you have enough time to kill them in that time. So you get a ton of CC by just adding a fire mod in there. You just get a little bit less armor reduction. Okay, but yeah, so we've done the mission, so we'll just head to extraction now. We only use the pox a little bit. You could probably use it more if you wanted to get kills faster. Oh, dang. Who did that? A Nox. Yeah, they have a really fast fire rate. Enemies at high level, they notice you really quickly. So, if the higher the level of the enemy, the quicker they start shooting bullets. And unlike other video games, they don't miss their first bullet. They hit it. So you can die, just running past if you're in really high level content. But rolling helps a lot with that. Bullet jumping and then rolling right after your bullet jump helps you a lot with your survivability while running. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching and have a good day.